8:34. Happy Wednesday to you. You know, I always love finding great organizations in the community that are doing just cool things to help people out. We had a wonderful opportunity to hang out at Richard's Coffee Shop this week, a veterans coffee shop in Mooresville, celebrating what's leading up to Veterans Day next week. And there's another wonderful organization in the community, Continuing the Mission. Suzy Lutz, the executive director and co-founder, joins us this morning. How are you, Suzy?
I'm doing well. Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming. There's one sign on the exterior of this building that I disagree with. I love my landlord. I think he's phenomenal, but it just says no dogs on the door.
We saw it when we came in.
Everyone sees it. It's very clear on the door. But you get to hang out with dogs all day, but not just dogs, people as well. Share with those who haven't heard Continuing the Mission.
Continuing the Mission is a service dog provider for veterans in North Carolina living with the challenges of post-traumatic stress. We serve veterans only in North Carolina so that we can provide ongoing and training and support as they transition out of their time in the military and need some assistance helping them get back to the things they did before their career in the military.
You were sharing with us, your husband served 30 years in the military.
He did, yes. Yeah, he did 30 years in the Army. And as he was completing his career and transitioning to his next steps, we realized there was an unmet need. And that need was to help people to transition and move on to other things. And our secondary mission is not just to help veterans, but to touch as many lives as possible with the leashes. So we use the dogs when they're in training to do community events, to teach about service dog etiquette. We'll be doing something at Bailey Middle School tomorrow morning.
Very cool.
We like to just use the dogs. We have a partnership with the field hockey team at Davidson College. So dogs can touch people in many ways. And so we want to do that with our dogs while they're in training. After Robert finished his career, we wanted to find a way to give back. And so we started Continuing the Mission. We were founded in 2016. And there's a ripple effect when someone receives a service dog. It's not just helpful to them, but it can improve relationships with parents, spouses, and children.
Service dog, that's specialized training, right?
Correct.
Because we're talking legitimately for a need that
Correct.
exists.
Correct. So the dogs are trained to do tasks that help people get back out in public. That's the main goal. And so part of our interview process, how many times have you left the grocery store and not been able to finish your shopping? Those kinds of things. So the dogs are trained so that they can fly with people. They can be in any public space. They fully trained service dogs, in contrast to a therapy dog who is trained to help lots of people. Service dogs are trained to do tasks to help one person.
There is a concept that you brought up, and I don't even know the full details about it. I'm still kind of just giddy about it. You can just have a dog for a weekend? You guys offer that too?
People can just have
a dog? I signed us both up for it, Justin. I'm so sorry.
If you're looking for a way to help, that's a great way to help. So we're looking for weekend fosters to help us train the dogs to live in homes, to stay out of the trash, not to counter surf, to be good citizens, and then just to give them experiences. So each foster is putting something special on this dog. So it may be taking them to the lake for the weekend with their family. It may be going to the park and the dogs get used to kids, but you can have a significant impact on a veteran by having a dog for a weekend.
I love that idea.
Idea.
I love the idea. So what are the requirements for someone to be assigned one of these dogs? What do you have to do?
So we have people come in and do a little class because we want to give you the tools to be able to work the dog. So you do a little class. There's an application that's online on our website, continuingthemission.org. Fill that out and then come in and do a little class. And if you feel like it's a good fit, then we do a home visit and then we hook you up with a dog.
Okay. I would imagine, too, then there's a process for veterans that need an actual service dog, too. Probably a little bit more in depth than just the volunteers.
It is much more in depth, absolutely.
Walk us through that process, if you will.
Yeah, so we get applications from veterans in North Carolina, and what we're looking for are people who are in current treatment because we know the dog is not a magic pill. The dog is a tool in a PTSD toolbox. And so people who are in treatment have trauma-based therapy techniques that they're using, and the dog is trained to take positions and do things to support those techniques. So they're in treatment. They need to be beyond issues with substance abuse, current substance abuse, because we just don't have the staff to work with that. But once they are, then they're eligible for a dog. They need to have secure housing, so have been in their home for at least a year. So we look at those kind of things. And then we have a licensed clinical social worker that does an interview to confirm diagnosis, to also do some correspondence with their therapist. And then we get to the fun part, and that's introducing them to a dog.
The need is probably great, not just locally, but across the nation. I imagine this is a technique and tool and opportunity for veterans everywhere. But locally, how deep does it run here? Like how much impact do you think that this could have for a lot of veterans here, even locally?
So we're a small grassroots organization. We have 19 teams working in North Carolina, but it's more than just how many dogs we put out. It's that every time we pair a dog with a veteran, we are now bringing someone into our family. And we like to think of ourselves as a family. And so we've had some situations where someone needed some help, and we had a volunteer who took their dog for a little bit of time while they were in the hospital. And perhaps they don't have family to take their dog. And so we continue that training and support for them beyond the day they receive their dog and the training for that dog.
It does. It's that not just brotherhood. It's family.
That
It is that
community.
family.
It's community,
concept.
and it's
Yeah.
connection in a world where we're becoming very individualized with our technology. And giving that connection, I think, is the biggest gift we give. And the dog is just a way to do that.
Outside of fostering the dogs for the weekends, is there any other volunteer opportunities that you guys
There
have?
are. We have events throughout the year that people can volunteer at. We also have needs to come in, and we do some trainings at our training center where people can come in and volunteer for that. If people are interested in giving around the holidays, even a very small amount can have a large impact. $5 helps take care of a dog. So that's a great gift to give someone if you're looking for something that's not material, but a gift of love.
We say it all the time. I get the opportunity to say a lot of dumb things on this microphone, I'll be honest with you. And it's because of what those who have sacrificed have done for us to be able to do that, and this initiative of being able to reintegrate with society. We work with Purple Heart Homes out of Statesville as well.
Yes, they're a great organization.
And so for the need for veterans as a whole, it seems like it's growing a lot, the population of veterans here. Do you have any thoughts on that, or take why veterans seem to love it here? We love veterans too. It just seems to be a thriving
North Carolina
place.
is just full of veterans. It's a great state. What's not to love? We're near the coast. We're near the mountains, right? It's beautiful. The weather's great.
That's right. A little bit of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a really good opportunity to help people who I feel like sometimes PTSD, right? It's not something that's an injury that you can see when somebody's walking down the street.
Correct.
Too. So sometimes it might be hard to even start to talk about. Do you find that with some of the veterans? that it's
Absolutely.
hard for
There's
them
been
to
a
talk about it?
stigma with PTSD for a long time, and it's not a new condition.
Right.
It's not a new disability. It dates all the way back to the time of the Franciscan monks. We've called it all kinds of different things, shell shock, all different kinds of names. And it's not something that should box someone into a disability for life. So service dogs should help people transition away from that. But it can be at times a disability, and dogs can really help people with that.
There's the opportunity to help support even if you're not a veteran, because you can weekend foster a
weekend
dog.
foster. Other volunteer opportunities, but yeah, how many? Do you need plenty of weekend fosters? Is that
Yes, we
wide
need
open?
plenty of weekend
All right,
fosters.
You got two right here.
And holidays too. If you're stay local in the area, we would love for that. But mostly, I like to think of the dogs as a vessel, and everyone who touches the leash, works with that dog, is putting their love, is putting their experiences on that dog, and then that dog goes on to share that with a veteran. And so, help us with these vessels. Help us fill them with the things they need to do their job.
It's just a really cool opportunity to help in a unique, a different kind of way too.
Suzy Lutz of the Continuing the Mission organization, continuingthemission.org, providing assistance dogs to veterans here in North Carolina. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait
guys.
to see about having a puppy on the weekends too. This is so exciting. Continuingthemission.org.